Welcome to Pocono for race number 14 in the All-Star Offline Racing Series. Gonna start qualifying, get that underway, and we'll begin the qualifying race here very shortly. Now, two things before I go any further and talk about other stuff. We've got the Halloween race coming up next month. If you haven't seen it, you can go ahead and sign up for that. That is a totally different thing from the series, but a lot of new people have signed up that I haven't seen here on YouTube yet, so hopefully they like that race. Hopefully they come back and join the All-Star Offline Racing Series on our next season when it starts, and that's going to be a fun race. It's going to be at Lowe's, if I didn't say that in the video. I've been doing a lot of testing there, and I've been changing a lot of things on the track to make it look better and to make the racing a lot better, and all I can say is it's going to be a very fun event. Now, the other thing we mentioned a couple times in the last week or so that we might shorten the season. Some of you said you did not want that to happen, but the majority said that you wouldn't mind if it did, and we have actually been looking at the next 20 some odd tracks that are coming up, and we are going to cut the season short. So some of the tracks we already went to, and we're going to cut some of them out because they were just kind of boring, and I don't know, they were boring. So we're going to cut some tracks out just because it's going to give me some time to edit them and make sure that they're good to go for the next offline series. Now, some of the tracks we have been to that weren't boring, but they do have a couple issues. Some tracks we haven't been to at all, and they've either got issues or I just have not been able to modify them yet. So we're not going to Infineon, we're not going to New Hampshire, both races at New Hampshire. We're not going to the second Pocono race or the second Michigan race. Not going to Darlington, Kansas, Phoenix, and North Carolina. So after today, after race number 14, the remaining tracks in the season are Michigan, Daytona, Chicagoland, Indianapolis, Watkins Glen, Bristol, Dover, Talladega, Lowe's, Martinsville, Atlanta, and Homestead. So that will be the rest of the season. Now, remember, throughout the season, if you have won certain races, special races, you are one of the drivers that gets first pick on the next offline series. That would be the Shootout, both of the Gatorade Duels, the Daytona 500, let's see, the All-Star race, the Coca-Cola 600, Indianapolis, which is coming up in a couple weeks, and Homestead, which is the final track. So if you win any of those races, then I wouldn't say you have an advantage next season, but you have first pick. Now, if I cannot get a hold of you at the end of the season and the signups are up, I cannot guarantee that you'll get the first pick, so I need to be in contact with you guys. So, look at this. Looks like the 33 Sheila Harmon's going to get the pole. Second place, Gary Harmon. Two of the Harmons on the front row. Cody Rhodes, a no-file, and well, we'll go through the starting lineup here in about 30 seconds. Start the race at Pocono. Most of the lap time is pretty close to each other. Looks like it's about 0.7 of a second between first and last. Not sure how this track is going to work. I don't know what the racing is going to be like. I haven't really done anything with this track, not in a long time at least, so we will see. I was thinking about repaving this track and making it darker. Did not do that, so alright. Qualifying is underway, or qualifying is finished. Let's go down and get the starting lineup here. Show you guys who's in what position. So we've got the 33 of Sheila Harmon, pole sitter. The 4 of Gary Harmon is second. Third is that 50 of Aid No-File, or third is the 50 of Cody Rhodes, sorry. One is the, fourth place is the number 1 of Aid No-File. Holy moly, I am not with it today. Fifth is the 188 of Racer X. Sixth is the 40 of Tim Hoffman. You got the 43 Dawson Montenegro right near that cutoff line. 148 of Brian Lancaster. 91 of Logan Gentry. The 16 of CJ Williams. The 60 of Colton Harmon. The 00 of Jeremiah Dwayne. Got the 27 Benjamin Wallace and the 20 of Yale Carrillo. we have the 66 of Darvish Jr., the 09 of Evan McCollum, and the 41 of Tyrell Resner. Now let's go ahead and give you guys some info here. So Brandon Pickett right now is 32nd in the points, and this 43 car right there, Dawson Montenegro, he's 33rd. Like we said, he has to qualify his way in. If he can qualify in and finish significantly higher than Brandon Pickett, if he can gain 37 points over her, he will be in the top 32. She will be out of the top 32. That would mean that that 43 car would be safe and the 11 would not be. Jeremiah Dwayne, he is about 80 points or so. Oh, well, actually, no, he's about, 120 points from 32nd place. Gary Harmon is 120 points. Something like that. And then you have CJ Williams, who missed, I believe, the last 2 races, I think it was. He's kind of far back there. He's trying to gain some points. So, yeah, that's another thing as to why we're quitting this series earlier. Because we want everybody to have a fair chance. We don't want people to have to qualify their way in and have half the people not be able to qualify. Oh, oops. Went a little too far there. But yeah, it's not exactly fair. Like I said, though, we kind of had to do what we had to do. We were not sure how we were going to do the series after we had 43 people. Should have thought about that a little bit more, but we didn't. So the green flag in the air. The 33 Sheila Harmon going to lead the field down to the green. Can that 4 of Gary Harmon get down low, or is that 50 of Cody Rhodes going to get past him? The high line, not really a good line here, not a good line to run. Down into turn number 1, you see Sheila gets a decent lead. The 4 Gary Harmon stuck on the outside. The 43 Dawson Montenegro, we saw him back there. The field now on the back stretch. 33 car has the lead. She has not been in these main races lately. Same with that 40 of Tim Hoffman. And right now, she is leading this race. That 60 of Colton Harmon, he is outside of the top 10. So that means that the top 10 cars right now would qualify in. The 60 Colton Harmon on the inside now. Trying to make some moves. Well, single file for the most part up front. Cody Rhodes second place. Got a second from the 4 of Gary Harmon. Here comes the 4 now. On the inside, trying to take second place away from the 50. They're going to battle it out. I think he is going to pass that 50 car. Here comes the 1 of Aiden O'File. Meanwhile, the 148, Brian Lancaster, he has the final transfer spot. He's further back here. He's right in front of that 00, Jeremiah Dwayne. Jeremiah Dwayne trying to look low, trying to take that position away. He wants to qualify for the main race. Now Colton Harmon looking down low. Jeremiah Dwayne goes up high. Some pretty good racing. They're pretty close to each other. Aiden O'File now taking third place away from Cody Rhodes up near the front of the field here. Meanwhile, that 33 and that 4 car, they are gapping the rest of the field. I think they're trying to get some redemption. Sheila, like we said, she's missed the last few races. She won a qualifying race at Talladega earlier this season. Oops. But that was about all she's done so far. Had a pretty good run, a top, 10 I think it was? Top 5 or top 10 at Talladega as well in the main race. 4 of Gary Harmon won a qualifying race at Richmond. Get the 40 of Tim Hoffman, the 43 Dawson Montenegro trying to get past the 50, put him further back in the field. Tim has missed the last few races. He is looking to qualify his way into the main race and try to get some much needed points. At 148, Brian Lancaster still has that final transfer position. They're going to be 3 wide entering turn number 1. Just about halfway. So Colton Harmon's going to try to take the position away from the 148. They're still 3 wide. The 91 of Logan Gentry, he falls back a little bit. Battle for the lead up here, I believe. Yeah, Gary Harmon takes the lead from Sheila. Here comes a no file now. He's taken second place away. He's going to try to take first away, but I think, yeah, Gary is pulling away from that number 1 now. Sheila falling back to third. Now maybe fourth. Here's Tim Hoffman. Tim Hoffman trying to take third place away. So the number 60 car, Colton Harmon, he is in a transfer position right now, but because we have more than 43 people in this offline series, he is going to give the 11th place driver the transfer position if that 60 does qualify in, and right now that would be the 91 of Logan Gentry. So Logan right now trying to move up through the field a little bit more, so he is not in jeopardy of losing that position. At 41 of Tyrell Resner, he wants that position. Jeremiah Dwayne right behind him. That 41 car won at California, the 00 won at Martinsville. And here comes the 91, Logan Gentry. There's a stack up in front of them. Tim Hoffman on the outside, CJ Williams is up there as well. Go up front here, and still the 4 and the 1 are first and second. Battle for third. Look at the 43 trying to take third away, but he does not complete that pass. We are halfway here in the qualifying race. A lot of good racing going on here. Logan Gentry now passing that 148. Remember, he does have a transfer position still, that 148 does. If that 41 gets by, though, that would put the 41 in the race. Look at right in front of Logan Gentry, or right in front of the 148 of Brian Lancaster. There's a battle for the lead up here. Aiden Nofile trying to take the lead away from Gary Harmon. And I think he is going to clear him off of turn number 4. Or turn number 3, I'm sorry. Pocono does not have 4 turns. Look at that, he does not clear him yet. Gary Harmon on the outside. He is going to get a huge run off of turn 3. Can Aiden do anything, though? He is still on the bottom. Here comes the 33 again of Sheila Harmon. The 50 of Cody Rhodes is up here. The top 5 cars are right under a blanket, battling for the lead. Meanwhile, behind this battle, they are battling for the transfer position. Well, they were. Tyrell Resner takes it away now. Tyrell Resner has the final transfer position. He is in 11th place. Remember, that 60 car is in a transfer position, so he is going to give it to 11th place. The 1 of Aiden Nofile now taking the lead from Gary Harmon. Sheila Harmon now underneath of Gary, trying to take 2nd place away. And everybody is going to catch these cars now that are battling. There's 3 laps to go here at Pocono. Aiden Nofile, the race leader. A lot of battling back here, almost 4 wide. I thought they were going to be 4 wide going into turn number 1. Tim Hoffman wisely backs up. That would have not worked. Tim is in a transfer position. So is that 50 of Cody Rhodes. I don't think they're going to try to really push the issue here. Big battle going on for 10th place back here. Tyrell Resner takes it away from the 188. Oops. There we go. I believe that 188 and the 148 are still battling for the final transfer position now. Look at Colton trying to pass CJ Williams up front there. A lot of battling, a lot of great battling going on. So let's see where we are now. The 41, I think Tyrell Resner might be 11th place. Oh, it's the 188. The 188 has the final transfer position right now. That means the 148 is out. The 00 is out as well. Jeremiah Dwayne at 00 trying to catch up. Trying to pass that 148 car. If he can get past him, might be able to catch up to these cars and take a transfer position away. Maybe not. Have not seen a crash yet today in this qualifying race. Can that happen? It certainly could. These cars back here, they are racing really hard. Tyrell Resner still has the 10th place. 11th place is that 188 car. The 148 is out of the transfer position. He is trying to catch up, trying to make his way to the front. So white flag in the air. Aiden Nofile has the lead. Look at the 4 of Gary Harmon on the inside now. He's going to try to take the lead away from Aiden No-File. Aiden won the All-Star Open race. There's a crash! The 50 of Cody Rhodes around! Tim Hoffman, a huge amount of damage. They're going to race back to the line. Who is going to be in transfer position now? So caution out. The 4 of Gary Harmon has the lead now. Going into turn number 2, here comes the 43 of Dawson Montenegro. That 50 of Cody Rhodes was in the top 10. I did not think we'd see a crash here. I think that 00 Jeremiah Dwayne might be in the final transfer position. Tim Hoffman back here, he lost a lot of ground. He was in the top 5 on the last lap. I don't know what exactly happened, but looks like Gary Harmon gonna win his second qualifying race. Everybody single file to the line. And at 60 of Colton Harmon's in the top 10, so that means 11th place transfers. Who is 11th? It is the 40 of Tim Hoffman. Tim Hoffman somehow qualifying his way in with a damaged race car. That means that the 27, Benjamin Wallace, 12th place, not going to qualify his way in. So let's go back and see what exactly happened. The 50 of Cody Rhodes, I don't know what happened. I think Tim might have came up the track, maybe? Oh, Tim actually spun out. Tim rebounded really nice from that crash. That 50 of Cody Rhodes, he ever so slightly got into the back of Tim. Watch it again. Ever so slightly, just barely tapped him on the right corner. And that sent Tim around, and Cody Rhodes, unfortunately, hard into the wall. He got the worst end of the deal on that wreck. Unfortunate for Cody Rhodes, he is out of the race. Wrecked race car and all, he was going to be in the main race. That 40 of Tim Hoffman, a lot of damage, spun out on the last lap. And Tim will make it in. So that 60 car, Colton Harmon not in the race, but you see the 40 Tim Hoffman making the race. Gary Harmon winning the race over Aiden No-File. Aiden tried to get his second win this season. He won the All-Star Open race and got a second place here. So, very interesting qualifying race. Let's go ahead and get the main race started. We will see you guys here in a few seconds. Welcome back to Pocono. We're going to start qualifying for the main race now. Just saw a very interesting and pretty wild qualifying race. Crash on the last lap, and Tim Hoffman, he was spun out, still was able to manage to keep his transfer spot somehow. So if that race is any indication of how this is going to be, this could be pretty wild. So meanwhile, the points, they have shaken up quite a bit. Sarah Rocha still has the points lead. I believe she's had the points lead since Atlanta, which would be race number 4. However, Simon Zarnato has moved into second, and he is only 3 points away from Sarah. So, I mean, it really is only a matter of a position or 2 on the track. Felix Boucher has moved into third. He's 69 points back. Stephen Pollard is 4th, 89 points back. Logan York 5th, 148 points back. Brett Taylor has moved up to 6th. He is 155 points back. Tim Zimmer has fallen back to 7th. He is 165 points back. Tina Livingston, Alexander Jones, and Jacob Britt are the rest of the top 10. Skylar Roach has fallen back. Tim Brannigan up to 12th. He has gained quite a bit of positions. John Book in 13th. 14th, Josh Hardiman. 15th, Hunter Blade. But the number 5 of David Singletary, he is back in 16th. He was almost in the top 5 a few races ago, but he has had quite a few misfortunes in the last few races. So he has lost quite a bit of ground in the points. Points races, the point standings are pretty close, and I think it's going to be a great battle to the end of the season. Look at that. So far, the number 21, Robbie Bannister, gets the pole. See how that changes next time by. The 43, Dos Montenegro. Remember, he's a driver who's outside of the top 32. he needs to get a good finish, at least finish ahead of that 11 car, who I don't even know where she is so far. Her first lap, back in 29th. So Brandon Pickett might fall back outside of the top 32. See what happens. We've got about a minute and a half left in qualifying. We will begin the race here at Pocono. Very cloudy. If you look in the top right corner up here, very cloudy, and I don't know what that's about. The 99, Axel 0, the pole sitter. Gavin Jones second. That moves Robbie Bannister to third. Das Montenegro fifth. Might have a good run going today. Logan York 7th. Josh Hardiman 11th. Let's see here. Felix Boucher 16th. Simon Zarnato 2nd place in points. 19th position. How about the points leader? She's pretty far back, I think. Points leader back in 30th. You do not want to be back that far. 32nd is Tim Zimmer. Brett Taylor 34th. A lot of points contenders really far back. You don't want to be that far back here at Pocono. It is already hard enough to gain positions, and let alone a 42-car field. It's going to be hard for a lot of those drivers to catch up. This could give a lot of guys an opportunity to gain points in the points standings. Could be a wild race. 50 laps at Pocono, so waiting for qualifying to finish up. We'll start the, we'll go through the field, the starting lineup. Remember, next month is the Halloween race. That's going to be a fun event. It's going to be hard to remember all the names because a lot of people they're in their same cars that they are in this series, but there's a lot of other drivers in different cars that I was not aware of. I don't even know who some of them are. Anyway, let's go through the starting lineup. The 99 of Axel 0 and Gavin Jones. 97, the front row. Oops, let's go. There we go. Behind them, we've got Robbie Bannister and Sam Odoskin, 3rd and 4th. 5th place at 43, Dawson Montenegro. You have the 38 of Sean Howe, the 74 of Logan York, and the 33 of Sheila Harmon. Remember, the 74, he's in 5th place in points. So yeah, he's hoping to rebound, have a good run today. By the way, the pole sitter, Axel 0, 20th position. So he needs a good run. The 8 of Clint Spillman, the 90 of Jacob Johnson. They're both in the top 32. Oh, the 97, Gavin Jones, he's 24th in points, by the way. We've got the 88 of Josh Hardiman, the 48, Ryan Benjamin. Let's see, Josh, he has fallen back to 14th. Ryan Benjamin is around the 30th position. Got the 16 of CJ Williams, the 7 of Tina Livingston. The 16 car, he fell out of the top 32. Actually, I don't think he ever was in the top 32. But he has fallen back quite a bit, missed the last few races. The 0 of Alex Bruno, he's had a pretty good run as of late, 19th in points. He's starting to gain some points. He's about 370 points away from the points leader. 25, Felix Boucher, 3rd place in points. Got the 0-4, John Book, he's having a pretty good season, nearing the top 10 in points. The 18 of Kagan Polshiner, he is back in 23rd. He needs a good run. Simon Zarnato, 2nd place in points, 3 points away from the points leader. You see the points leader all the way on the right side of the screen. So he started off the race good. 41 of Tyrell Resner, he's been impressive. He won at California, photo finish there. Closest finish we've had this season. The 9 of Bruce 0. The 2 of Tim Brannigan, he's starting to get up towards the top 10. He's 12th in points. The 5 of Damian Singletary. You got the 24, Pablo West. Pablo had a really bad start to the season. He is back in 22nd in points. Got the 29 of Jacob Britt, won at Darlington. The 37, Cesar Ramirez, he is finally in the top 32 in points. You've got the 30 of Ron Jackson. He was involved in that photo finish at California. 2nd place there, also runner-up, 2nd place at Talladega. Alexander Jones, the 17, points contender. Whoops. He is hoping to have a good run. Got the 4 of Gary Harmon, the 14 Sarah Rocha, the points leader. The 81 Skylar Rocha, he's fallen back to 11th in points. He won at Bristol, but he's not really done anything since that race. Got the 45 of Tim Zimmer. He is almost out of the top 10 in points. 7th place right now. He's starting far back in the field. Same with the 80 of Stephen Pollard, who's 4th in points. Got the 32 of Brett Taylor. Brett, where is he in point? Oh yeah, he's 6th in points. So a lot of points contenders starting back in the field. You got the 1 of 8 no file. You got the 00 Jeremiah Dwayne. Both of them have been pretty impressive. The 42 Hugo Jimenez. You've got the 11 Rain Pickett. Remember, she's 32nd in points. Almost out of the top 32. 91 of Logan Gentry. The 188 of Racer X. The 40 of Tim Hoffman. And the 15 of Hunter Blade. So that is your starting lineup here at Pocono.
Drivers, start your engines!
Alright, the field, they are working their way in turn number 3. We're going to start this race here momentarily. '99 Axel Zero on the pole. 97 Gavin Jones, 2nd place. And the field comes out of turn number 3, awaiting the green flag. And green flag is in the air now. Axel Zero, Gavin Jones lead the field the green. That 21 Robbie Bannister, he got a pretty good start. See if he can do anything going down into turn number 1. Look at Josh Hardiman. They're fanning out behind the leaders here. 3 wide. Looks like Robbie Bannister going to make it 3 wide now in turn number 1 for the lead. Gavin Jones going to fall back a little bit. Look at all of that. There's a crash back there. Pablo West in the wall. Oh, Sarah Roach is involved. The points leader, Stephen Pollard, is also involved. Crash on lap number 1 involving the points leader. I don't think she has a lot of damage. Pablo West, unfortunately, a lot of damage there. Can they get back to the start-finish line without any issues? A lot of 2 and 3 wide racing. Look at this. Gavin Jones has fallen back quite a bit. Robbie Bannister is the current race leader. He was able to get the lead from Axel Zero. Started 3rd. He is now up in 1st. Oh, there's another crash. Clint Spillman around. Are they all going to get by? Felix Boucher was in it. John Book, there's a huge crash. Alexander Jones, Logan Gentry. A big pile up here at Pocono. Alexander Jones up on the wall. Ran Pickett, heavy damage. Oh my gosh. I think that's going to end Alexander Jones' day. Tim Hoffman is up against the wall. Hunter Blade has damage. Tim Zimmer, damage. Pablo West has damage from the first incident. Tim Brannigan, I think Ron Jackson has damage. Brandon Pickett, heavy damage on her race car. Logan Gentry. John Book, Gary Harmon, a lot of damage. 18 of Kagan Polshiner, a ton of damage on his car. Felix Boucher doesn't look like he has damage on his race car, but he was involved in that wreck. Clint Spillman, he was turned around right after they got the caution. He does have damage on his car, running in 8th place. Logan York somehow made it by. He is in the top 5. Cars on pit road, Tim Hoffman, Alexander Jones. See the points leader there on the bottom of the track. Man, a lot of action happening here early at Pocono. Lap number 1 and 2. A lot of stuff here. So a lot of cars going to come down pit road, I imagine, to repair their cars. Starting with Clint Spillman, 8th place. Tim Hoffman still on pit road. Alexander Jones, he had a really huge crash. So 5, 6, 7, a lot of other cars now in pit road. There we go. You see all the damaged race cars from the lap number 1 incident. A couple cars don't have a lot of damage, like that 04 of John Book. The 14 Sarah Roach, I think she'll be okay. Jacob Britt off of pit road. See Kagan, he has a lot of he had a lot of damage, but his car is repaired. We told you that is the biggest thing is starting in the back of the field. And you see a lot of cars already damaged, and This is going to mess a lot of cars up. So let's go back. Let's look what happened to the 24 of Pablo West. He is back in the race. So lap number 1. Actually, the first turn here. He was what? He was back in about 24th position. They're 3 wide. They fanned out. Up near the front of the field. Back here, 3 wide. Oh, 4 wide there. Tyrell Resner on the outside. He ran out of room, it looked like, and bam, into Pablo, and the Pablo again, and Sarah Rocha got hit by the 80 of Stephen Pollard, and she hit the 24 pretty hard, so she might have a lot of damage on that car. Might have a lot more than what it looks like. Look again here. I don't know how they managed to go 4 wide, and then they just, oh, Tyrell got really loose, it looked like, and Pablo got probably the worst part of that crash. Tim Hoffman was involved in that. Let's go through. Let's watch from Tim Hoffman's viewpoint. No, it was just crazy up front there. I mean, you can't even, oops, you can't even see what's going on, but as soon as you see one car get sideways, it is not good. Pablo West hard to the wall, and Tim actually did not get any damage there. He was lucky to get past that crash without any damage. Let's watch from the 14 of Sarah Rocha. Let's see how hard she hit Pablo West. Tyrell was up into Pablo into Alexander Jones. She doesn't have a lot of damage, it doesn't look like, but that still is some damage to her race car, so that's not good for her. Let's go through and watch Clint Spillman now, what happened with him. CJ Williams got into the 12 of Sam Oskin. That turned Clint around, and everybody just stacked up. They could not get past, and you see a massive crash there. Cars are everywhere. Let's watch from the 17 of Alexander Jones. Sarah Rocha was able to, she was so far back that she was able to miss that. See right here, the wreck happens, and all these cars trying to slow up, but at some point, someone's going to get stacked up, and yep, you see a lot of damaged race cars. Brett Taylor, that 32 car, he was involved in that. Pablo West almost back into the 24, or back into the 45. So, yeah, let's see here. Clint Spillman is 23rd, so the top 22 cars, I believe, made it through without any damage. The 17 and the 40, I believe, are in this race, but they are both a lap down. Yep, there they are. Alexander Jones, a lot of damage. A lot of cars without a hood on their car now. Not good. The points leader back in 30th. Tim Zimmer, 28th. Jacob Britt, 25th. Let's see, John Book, 29th. We're naming a lot of the points contenders. 35th is Brett Taylor. Tim Rangan back in 40th. Alexander Jones, 41st. A lot of points contenders out of contention at the moment. See if anything changes, though. See Skylar Rocha, he's in 19th place. He was able to make it through that carnage, and he might have a pretty good day going for him. Same with the 25 of Felix Boucher, he's in 16th. Ryan Benjamin, 14th place. 13th in front of him is at 6 of Simon Zornato. He's second in points. Right now, he is the points leader. And then you see the top 5 cars. Robbie Bannister, Axel Zero, Dawson Montenegro, Sean Howell, and Logan York. Damaged race cars, though. This is going to be a crazy restart, I have a feeling. Cars are damaged. They're going to be off the pace. A lot of cars further in the back are going to struggle. Now, a lot of the cars that were damaged, they came down pit road on lap 3. I don't think that opens up the fuel window, but it might. We will see. A lot of cars, though, a lot of damage. That 43 car, Dawson Montenegro, right now, looks like he is going to be in the top 32 if he continues the way that he is going. But if he is involved in a wreck or has a mechanical issue, I'm not sure. Gavin Jones started second. He is back to 7th. Second place right now is the 99 of Axel Zero, and he is, well, he was the pole sitter. Currently second place. We ended the qualifying race with a crash. We start the main race with a crash. Actually, 2 crashes. Big stack up after they took the caution flag, and that is going to probably set the tone for today's race. We're going to watch the 17 car and see how slow he is. I don't think Tim Hoffman's going to be slow. I think his car was just stuck, actually. So the green flag is going to be back out here very shortly. Robbie Bannister, that 21, leading this race. And he gets a huge jump over that 99 car. Tim Hoffman going to try to pass the 17. There's going to be a gap between first and second now. That 17 and that 40 car both a lap down. Robbie Bannister getting a huge lead now. 3 wide for second place. 4 wide. This is not going to be good. Back down into turn number 2. You see a lot of cars slow and off the pace. So far, so good. But that 17 and the 17 car actually slowing down the field. Sean Howe is up to second place. He started 4th on that restart. Up to second. See a lot of racing back here. Logan York, Dawson Montenegro on the outside. They're going to lose some position. Robbie Bannister, though, he is absolutely loving this. He is the race leader. Sean Howe second. Third, Josh Hardiman. He restarted 6th. He needs a good finish today. And right now, he is doing it. Oh, yeah, they are so close. They're... Oh, yeah, there's just... They look so loose going into the turn. Off of turn number 2, cars are still racing really hard with each other. Tim Brannigan at number 2, he is off the pace. Like everyone else, though, they might be alright. Sean Howe, the 38 car, he is catching Robbie Bannister, trying to possibly take the lead away. Big battle here for third. That 40 car is a lap down. CJ Williams moves up to 4th. He puts Logan York back to 5th. Meanwhile, look up here. Robbie Bannister has company. Sean Howe has caught him. He is trying to get the lead away. And I think he might get it. He is down low. There's a lot of racing going on back here. I don't even know. We don't know who to watch. Let's just watch them all going down on the back stretch here. Still side by side for the lead. Sean Howe is going to get the lead now. Look at Logan York really high up. Him and Tim Hoffman hit the wall. Logan York was running in the top 5. And now he has damage to his race car. Simon Zarnato going to pass him. Skylar Roach, I think he's outside of the top 10 now. See if we can look at the right side of his car. Yeah, he does have a lot of damage. Same with Tim Hoffman. Meanwhile, the 38 of Sean Howe is the race leader. He did get past Robbie Bannister. And look at Josh Hardiman up in 3rd place. He has caught these 2 leaders. Tina Livingston back there in 4th. She might be able to catch them as well. So Logan York is running in the top 5. He is back in 12th. Sarah Roach, the points leader, she is still pretty far back in the field. Josh Hardiman up here trying to take 2nd from Robbie Bannister. Some 3 wide racing in the far back. 17 of Alexander Jones has fallen all the way to the back. Sean Howe is absolutely loving this. Big battle for 2nd place. Robbie Bannister, Josh Hardiman, Tina Livingston all battling for 2nd. Sam Odoskin back there. He is in 5th. A lot of these front runners are kind of getting single file for the most part. Look at Sam Odoskin, might make it 3 wide into turn number 1. almost got into the back of Josh Hardiman. Josh is third, but look at that. Tina Livingston on the outside. She might take third place away. Robbie Bannister up to second. He is trying to take the lead away again. Here he goes. Underneath of Sean Howe. Looks like he might get it. They're still battling for third back here. 3 wide further back in the field. Robbie Bannister going to get the lead. But these cars, Simons Arnauto, Gavin Jones, Axel Zero, they're battling really close with each other. That damaged 40 of Tim Hoffman. Hit the wall. Logan York also hit the wall. Up front, there is a massive battle for the lead and for other top positions. 3 wide again into the turn. CJ Williams underneath Sam Odoskin and Josh Hardiman. Sam Odoskin going to take third place away from Josh. Josh going to fall back a little bit. While these cars are battling up here, let's try and go through the field and, well, the back of the field. See Tim Brannigan, Pablo West, damaged off the pace. Raynon Pickett off the pace. There's Kagan Polshiner, Alexander Jones a lap down. Back here, you got Hugo Jimenez, Ron Jackson, Logan Gentry, Tyro Resner, Stephen Pollard. They're damaged. That 14, Sarah Rocha, she is only up to 28th after the restart. And Alex Bruner, that 0, tried to take it away from her, so she's not doing too good right now. If this race would go green flag the rest of the way, she is not in a good position. Gary Harmon, there's Clint Spillman, Jacob Britt, the 29 car, he's in 26th. The 32 of Brett Taylor, 25th. See further ahead of them, the 43 Dawson Montenegro, he fell all the way back to 22nd. Look at Logan York, 20th position. He is still falling back. He has a lot of damage to the right side of his car. Running in the top 5, him and Tim Hoffman made contact, hit the wall, and that could ruin his day. He is continuing to fall back. Axel Zero, that 99, has fallen back as well. Felix Boucher, he is about 15th position. John Book, the 04 car, he's having a great day. He is up to 16th place. 15th, actually, no, he's up to 14th. 13th is the 45 of Tim Zimmer, and he needs a good run, so he could be gaining a lot of points on the points leaders right now. Gavin Jones, you see Simons Arnauto, 10th place. He is the points leader as they run. Sarah Rocha had a bad start to this race, involved in that first crash, and she has not been able to make her way back up through the front. There's Skylar Roach at the 81, Josh Hardiman, they need some good runs. Robbie Bannister falling back to 5th as we were looking through the rest of the field. The leaders are single file. Look at Sam Odoskin trying to take a position away from the 38 of Sean Howe, but that's not happening quite yet. You see all the cars there. A lot of battling going on in the back of the field, but that's really about it. Up front, look at Ryan Benjamin, the 48 car, trying to take 2nd place away from Sam Odoskin. He was one of those cars that did not get any damage from those first 2 incidents. 3 wide in the back, you see Logan York, that white car, really far back. He is continuing to fall. So now Ryan Benjamin is 2nd. CJ Williams going to take 3rd. Robbie Bannister might be able to take 4th. Sean Howe, that 38 car, needs a good run, and he is having it right now, leading this race. Robbie Bannister led some laps early. Sean Howe and Robbie Bannister both battling back and forth. Let's go back into the tail end of the field. Look at some of this racing going on back here. More of the damaged cars. See Logan York. Points contender falling back to 24th. The points leader falling back to 30th. The points leader on the outside. Look at Stephen Pollard. Look at Jacob Britt. Going down low. He's going to make 3 wide. On the bottom, there's the 14, Sarah Rocha. She is continuing to fall back. Didn't have a good run last week. She did have a good, she had a good run, but she fell back late in the race. That 6 Simons Arnauto had a great finish last week, as the 14 car did not. 14 is going to fall back even further. So she did not have a good start. I think I jinxed her at Lowe's, and if I did, I'm sorry, I did not mean to jinx you, but she is not having a good run right now. You get some of the other cars. Logan York is near the top 5 in points, the 43 Dawson Montenegro. He just needs to finish in front of that 11 car. That's all he really cares about. Right now, he's doing it, so he is ahead of her. Look at this great battling, and they are really close and on the verge of wrecking, but they're not wrecking quite yet. Meanwhile, up front, there is a battle for the race lead. Ryan Benjamin gets past 38 of Sean Howe. Yeah, it seems like anytime we go away from this front pack, they start racing even harder. Second place now, CJ Williams. Robbie Bannister trying to take third away from Sean Howe. Top 10 cars all up front here, battling for position. 33 Sheila Harmon going to try to make it 3 wide underneath Sam Odoskin. And Skylar Roach is going to get moved up the track. 48 of Ryan Benjamin now. He has a small lead over CJ Williams. Still green flag. We have not had a caution since lap number 1. Now look at Sean Howe, the 38. He's coming back on the 16 of CJ Williams. Taking some positions away, trying to work his way back up to take the lead. That 7 of Tina Livingston, she is right there. She's in the top 5. 33 Sheila Harmon, she is starting to come through the field. She is in the top 10. That 9 of Bruce Zero back here, he has caught these cars that have been battling. Josh Hardman gets a little bit of a draft from him. Are they going to go 3 wide in the turn? I don't think they are. At least not there. Up front there, Sam Odoskin makes it 3 wide again. I cannot believe how close these cars are racing with each other. A lot of the damaged cars further back, and right now they're not a factor in this race at all. But up front, we've got a huge battle for the lead and for other top spots in the top 10. Goes all the way back to the 45 of Tim Zimmer, who's 13th in line. Behind him is Aiden O'File and John Book. That's 14th and 15th. But right here, this is a big battle for 10th. Harmon works her way up to 5th. Skylar Rocha now right below her, trying to take the position back from her. We are nearing the halfway point of this race, and I would imagine probably in 20 laps we're nearing pit stops. Look at Tina Livingston, that blue and white car. She is on the inside line on the right side of the screen, trying to take second place away from Sean Howe. She hasn't led, not for a very long time this season. And she is battling for second. Look at the 12 of Sam Odoskin. He is having a great run today. So Tina Livingston now second place. Ryan Benjamin is the race leader. He is up front. He has about a half a second gap over second place. Ryan started his season off with a DNF at Daytona. I think it was a DNF, or he was involved in the big wreck, but was able to rebound a little bit. He's still pretty far back in points, but having a good run today. He is leading the race, so that's always a good thing, obviously. Ryan Benjamin, I think, is back in 25th in points. I think that was where he was at when we started this race. Further back here, you see Tim Hoffman 2 laps down. I don't know what happened with him. These 4 cars here damaged and off the pace, but they're trying to use the draft to gain some time. Tim Brannigan's going to be going a lap down here pretty shortly. Battle for third. Look at Skylar Rocha trying to take it away from Sam and Oskin. So, like, the top 15 cars have broken away from the rest of the cars back there. Tina Livingston now has caught the race leader, Brian Benjamin. We've had a couple lead changes today, 1 caution, 2 crashes. Been a very interesting race. So the racing up front, starting to heat up now. Look at the 17 of Livingston underneath of Ryan Benjamin. Keep wanting to call you Robbie Bannister for some reason. Looks like Ryan Benjamin might be able to hold off that 7 car momentarily. Now here comes the 81 of Skylar Rocha. He got a great exit off turn number 1. And he is right behind that 7 car now. A lot of cars just single file up front now. They are battling, though, back and forth. Skylar Rocha going to try to take 2nd place away. Can Tina get a good run off of the turn? It looks like Skylar might have gotten a better run. Maybe not, though. Tina is ever so slightly pulling away from that number 81 car. Look at Sean Howe now. He is going to go down below them and make it 3 wide. Sam and Oskin's going to try to follow. They're beating and banging on each other. They might be 4 wide if Sam could get below them, but they are not. Said the racing was dying down a little bit, but now it is back to being exciting and wild. There's 3 wide back there in the back of the field. Tina Livingston was running 2nd. Now she's back to 5th, and she might fall out of the top 5. Let's look in the back of the field. Oh, Logan York in pit road. Is this the beginning of pit stops? I wonder. See if the leaders come down pit road. I don't think anyone else is going to come down. So Logan York, is he pitting early? Trying to maybe gain some positions. He will go a lap down, so if we get a caution, he is going to be in big trouble. Normally you don't lose a lap here at Pocono if you pit, so I don't know if he had an issue. But Logan York going 1 lap down. Try again going through the back of the field. See that 14 car, the points leader, having a bad day. She needs there to be a few crashes or something. And hopefully it's not her. That's what she's hoping. A lot of 3 wide in front of her. Logan York, Clint Spillman, Jacob Britt. Jacob has been really aggressive today. See Tim Hoffman still has damage on his car. It's actually something I want to look at on that 74 car. He did repair his damage, so we're going to have to see how fast he is compared to the race leaders. This time by. Actually, I don't think it'll... Well, no, it might. Let's see, on the top up here. Nope, we'll have to look next time by. There is another car coming down pit road. That's the 40 of Tim Hoffman. Meanwhile, Ryan Benjamin, the race leader. Still, Skylar Roach is 2nd, 3rd, Sean Howe. Sean's going to try to get 2nd place again. Sean has had a very impressive car today. Been up in the top 5 all race long. Ryan Benjamin still has a decent sized lead. Let's go on this view, see if any of the leaders will come down pit road. Doesn't look like anybody will. At least not yet. Tim Hoffman, Logan York have come down pit road. I think Tim Brannigan might have came down pit road as well. So let's look at lap times. You see Ryan Benjamin, 54.6 second lap. Let's look at the 74. Wherever he is. 54.8. So he's still running close to the leader's lap times. That is not good for him. So Logan York 1 lap down, Alexander Jones a lap down, and Tim Hoffman is 2 laps down. And actually, Tim Brannigan did not pit because he's pretty close to being a lap down. Unfortunate for that 2 car. Came into this race 12th in points. A lot of points contenders are pretty far back in the field, having a lot of issues. Skylar Rocha is 12th in points. He is running 3rd. Simon Zarnato, he came into this race 2nd in points, running in the top 10. A lot of other cars, Aiden O'File, Sheila Harmon, CJ Williams, that's 8th through 10th. Those cars are not even in the top 32 in points, so they're having great runs. Meanwhile, look at this battle for 2nd. Sean Howe tried to get 2nd away. Skylar Roach is going to try to come back around. Sam Odoskin is right there. That 12th car. He has had a great run so far today as well. Sean might be able to come back around the 81. Might be able to hold off the 81 car for now. I don't know, though. Oh, by the way, we are a little bit past the halfway point in this race. Got Simon Zarnato trying to make it 3 wide again in turn 1. Always a scary thought, especially if you're either in the middle or the outside in that predicament. Oh, Simon Zarnato and Sam Odoskin almost made some contact there. CJ Williams going to try to make it 3 wide underneath a Bruce Zero and Tina Livingston. I don't know how these cars are racing without wrecking the way that they have been. Another driver having a great points day. It's at 45 of Tim Zimmer trying to crack the top 10. Robbie Bannister, Josh Hardiman, Gavin Jones, they're having great runs. Brett Taylor is in 17th position. He's a 32 car. He is not in this front pack. Back here, Sam Odoskin holding on to 4th. Top 3 cars now have separated themselves a little bit. Looks like the 80 of Stephen Pollard came down pit road for his pit stop. So we are in the window for pits. See if any of the front runners will come down pit road. Again, a battle for 2nd. Sean Howe going to try to take 2nd away from Skylar Rocha. The cars up here have been battling great with each other. Tim Brannigan further up ahead. I saw his car just for a second. Stephen Pollard right there. So who will pit? Is anybody going to pit? None of the leaders pit yet. .48 Ryan Benjamin. He has been so strong today. Battling back here. Tina Livingston falling back a little bit more. Sam Odoskin trying to get past that 38 car. Let's go through and let's look at some of the cars in the back of the field. You see Logan Gentry on pit road for his pit stop. 14 car, Sarah Rocha. Unfortunate for her. She needs to, I would pit if I were her, and if she comes down pit road, she needs to have a caution after all these pit stops cycle through. She doesn't have any damage on her car, but she just is not running that well today. Was involved with that first crash. Dawson Montenegro pretty far back. See, it looks like a lot of cars coming down pit road this time. The race leader, Ryan Benjamin, coming down. Oops. There we go. Oh, there's a crash! Damian Singletary into Hunter Blade. The pit stops underway. It is a very busy place. We've seen a few races this year. If you pit during all of this hectic, all these hectic pit stops, you sometimes will lose a lot of spots. If you pit a lap or 2 later or a lap or 2 earlier, you usually gain quite a bit. So you see Ryan Benjamin at 48 car. He's going to get the lead coming off of pit road. Well, he's going to keep the lead, I should say. Going to follow some of these cars back here. The race leader is, actually no, that's Stephen Pollard. Hopefully there's not a crash. Hopefully he can make it around some of these cars without hitting them. Same with the 91 of Logan Gentry. I think everything is going to work out, though. Tim Hoffman and Logan York, they're trying to work their way through the field. Came down pit road about 5 laps ago. So now we want to know who the race leader is going to be. Is it going to be the 48, Ryan Benjamin? 38 of Sean Howe took the lead over because he did not pit that last time by. More cars coming down off of pit road. Looks like Ryan Benjamin might get the lead. Don't know who that is in front of him. That's the 2 of Tim Brannigan. So Ryan Benjamin going to take the lead back. Skylar Roach is second. Sean Howell third. See, everybody is they are pretty far away from each other. Look at this battle for the lead. Skylar Roach going to take the lead away from Ryan Benjamin. Less than 20 to go here at Pocono. He wants to try to get his second win this season. Tim Brannigan right there, really slow, unfortunately for him. His best lap, a 55.7 second lap. He's like about 2 seconds off of the leader's pace. So the 81 Skylar Rocha goes up to the lead. What happens when they catch this lap car of Tim Brannigan? Well, he's not a lap down yet, but what happens when they catch him? I think everyone might be able to get by him. So let's go back and look here. Pablo West, Alexander Jones, Kagan Polshiner, and Brandon Pickett. They're still off the pace, really far away from other cars. Ron Jackson, unfortunate for him, 36th position. Alex Bruno, 35th. Logan York, 34th. Not good. Gary Harmon, 33rd. Tim Hoffman is a lap down. Tyrell Resner, 32nd. 31st, Hugo Jimenez, 30th. Sarah Rocha, the points leader, coming into this race. The way it's looking, she is not going to be the points leader after today. She needs a caution to get caught back up. Jacob Britt, going to lose a lot of points as well. He is in the top 10. Clint Spillman, Axel Zero, Damian Singletary. A lot of cars back here, just single file. They're just riding now. Felix Boucher up in 20th position. Stephen Pollard, 18th. I think Stephen gained some positions from pitting early. The 74 tried pitting early, and he actually fell back even further. I think that hit in that wall earlier really messed his race car up. Running in the top 5, back outside of the top 30 now. See Gavin Jones with a great run. Gavin is, where is he at? He is up in 16. Doesn't seem like a great run, but considering a lot of drivers are having issues today and problems in the points, that's going to help him out. John Book as well. He's up in 15. 14th is the 32 of Brett Taylor, having a great run. Robbie Bannister has fallen back to 13th. Battle for 12th place. Josh Hardiman is in 11th. Well, actually, battle for 11th. Josh Hardiman now 12th. CJ Williams 11th. Sheila Harmon running in the top 10 after missing a few races. Having a great run, so she can't be too mad about that. Here, there's a lot of racing going on for position here. You see the 2 of Tim Brannigan. He has been caught by the leaders and now by 3rd place. Simon Zernato falls back. Look at Tim Zimmer. He is up near the front. Had a bad race at Dover last week, so he might be able to gain a lot on a lot of the drivers behind him. Doesn't look like this race really is going to have another caution. I think we had one crash, and that was it. One big crash. Skylar Roach, the race leader. Ryan Benjamin running 2nd. Those 2 cars are almost 2 seconds ahead of 3rd place. So, should this thing go green the rest of the way, I think these 2 cars are probably going to be able to battle it out for the win. Just not a whole lot of stuff happening here. 15 laps to go. This time it's going to be 14 laps to go. And should we get a caution, there will be a restart with less than 10 to go. Looking at some of the cars back here, but there's not really any battles going on. Not for the most part. Alex Bruno taking a position away from Logan York. Ron Jackson might be able to do it as well. Just really weird. That 74 was not in a crash. He was in the top 5, hit the wall, and unfortunately, he is so far back. That 74 car back in 35th. Get this, some battling going on here concerning the points leader. Well, points leader coming into this race. As they run right now, that 6 car is the points leader today. Simons Renata running in 4th place. Should he have a mechanical issue or something negative happen to that car, that will more than likely put the 14 back in the points lead. Maybe not, though. It'll give everyone a chance to catch up in the points. Still green flag. Saw a little bit of racing there. These cars getting past that 2 of Tim Brannigan. Oh, there's a caution. What? Where? A caution on the track somewhere. Is it the 42 of Hugo Jimenez, I guess? Caution number 2 is out. We are going to have a caution. We're going to have a restart. This race has now just gotten exciting. What is that 99 car doing? He is really far down low. I think the 99 and the 42 might have been involved in that crash. The 99 does have damage. Skyler Roach is still the race leader. He did not want to see this happen. Same with that 48 car. This is going to allow everybody to catch back up. Now, cars did pit. Are we going to see more pit stops here? Less than 10 to go. Do you want to pit? Do you want to get tires? Obviously, everybody can make it on fuel. So 2 cautions so far. The second caution coming out, I think it was the 99 and the 42. We're going to see if anyone pits, and then we'll go and look at the replay. Possibly a big break for that 14 of Sarah Rocha. 28th place right now. She needs to, she needed a caution to get jumbled back up. Hopefully, that's what she's hoping she can, get back to the front and possibly battle for at least maybe a 20th place position finish. And also, we're at the end of this race. Are we going to have another crash? Saw a big crash on lap number 2 coming to the caution. This time by, when they cross the line, it's 11 laps to go, so it will be a single file restart. Not sure where the 2 of Tim Brannigan is. I think he's still in front of a good bit of cars. He might be behind all of them. I'm not sure. Let's go back and look. Tim Brannigan, the 2, where are you at? Oh my, Tim Brannigan is near the front of the field. He is between 14th and 15th place. 15th car in line, that's where he's going to restart. Let's just see, I don't think anyone's pitting. The 99 did pit, so I'm pretty sure he was involved in that crash. Let's go back and look. Alright, we're going to look on this view here. The 99 and the 42 running with each other. They're right beside the points leader. Sarah Rocha, I think, maybe escaped a crash. Hugo Jimenez just hits the 99, and that put them both into the wall. And that's exactly what happened. 42, Hugo Jimenez causing the second caution today. I saw him slow on the front stretch, so I assume that's what happened, and that is what did happen. So let's watch on board with him. He made contact ever so slightly. He just kept on that 99 car, and that put them both into the wall. Oh, there's a car on the bottom of the track. Who is it? Oh, the 188 Racer X. Looks like that might be a tire issue. There's no smoke coming out of his car. He had a runner-up finish in the Coca-Cola 600. And at This time he's running 23rd, but he's going down low. He's going to go on a little access road and come down pit road. I believe he's just going to have to get some new tires. So the 48 Ryan Benjamin running second, the 81 Skylar Rocha running first, third Sam Oskin, fourth Simon Zarnato, fifth Sean Howe. Those cars, those top 5 cars have been the strongest cars today. They have all been up near the top 5 all race long. 21 of Robbie Bannister has fallen back to 12th. He's been another car that's been up there, but these top 5 cars, from that 81 to that 38, they have been extremely strong. So 10 more laps to go here at Pocono. Still under caution. I believe next time by lap 42, we're going to get the 1 to go signal from the pace car. As soon as that pace car's lights turn off, that means there's 1 more lap until green flag. And then we are going to see another restart, and this could be the biggest restart of the day. It could be a very wild restart. All 42 cars still in the race. A lot of damaged cars. Lap 1 in this very spot, 24 of Pablo West was turned around, collected the 14, the 40, and the 80 car. And actually, let's see, that 80 of Stephen Pollard's up to 18th. So, but coming to the start-finish line to go under caution, Clint Spillman was spun around, and that caused a huge incident. A lot of cars damaged, and I said that kind of set the race, kind of set the way the race was going to go for the rest of the day. Everybody that was damaged pretty much running in their own group in the back of the field, everyone else running up front. Interesting top 10, interesting top 20, really. 81 of Skylar Rocha leading this race, Ryan Benjamin second, Sam Oskin third. And Skylar Rocha, he's in 11th place, 249 points back, so he is going to gain some points, but that 6 running 4th is going to take the points lead over. Now, whenever we get this restart, if that 6 gets spun around or is involved in a crash, then the points are really going to change. I think the 25 of Felix Boucher might be the points leader then. I'm not sure what's going to happen if a wreck happens with that 6 car. So the caution lights are off on the pace car. We're going to have 1 more lap to go until green flag. 8 laps to go will be the restart. 14 of Sarah Rocha, really far back. If the 6 car has a crash or a mechanical issue before the end of this race, that is going to tighten up the points a lot. We still have a lot of races left. 2 wildcard races, Daytona and Talladega, are left in this series. Daytona's coming up. We've got Michigan next race, and then Daytona right after. So next week it's going to be a very wild week, I imagine. Also, I believe, if I'm doing the math right, if I remember the dates right, next week is going to be, I think, the start of the qualifying races for the Halloween event that we're doing. So be sure to check those races out. They're not going to be called the All-Star Offline Racing Series. It's going to be called the, they're probably just going to be called the qualifying Halloween, or the Halloween qualifying races. So far, I think we have 16 or 18 drivers that still can join. A lot of drivers from this series have joined. Just about everybody have. So, we're waiting patiently for the restart of this race. What is going to happen? Are we going to have another crash, or is it going to finish green flag? Can the 81 Skylar Rocha hold off that 48, or is there going to be a new player battling for the lead? It's all going to be answered in the next turn in the next 8 laps. So 2 cautions. Pace car gonna be off pit road, or gonna go on the pit road. Skylar Roach of the 81 car gonna lead the field to the green. And the green flag in the air. He gets a decent jump over the 48 of Ryan Benjamin. Actually, a really good jump. Everybody else now battling, trying to make some kind of move. That 2 of Tim Brannigan in the middle of the field. He is going to slow the field down quite a bit. Second place now. Look at Sam Oskin trying to take second place away. Simon Zarnato. He is up the track. He might lose a position or two. Was not as exciting and wild as I thought it was going to be, but we still have more racing to go. It could definitely change here in a second. Sam Oskin, second place. Third place, Ryan Benjamin. The 6th car, Simon Zarnato. He is falling back. There's a no-file Tina Livingston. Simon Zarnato falling back on that restart. Back here you see the 14 up on the outside line. So she might end up losing even more positions. Stephen Pollard back there. Look at Sean Howe trying to take third place away. Look at Sam Oskin trying to take the lead away from Skylar Rocha. 12th car, he won the Daytona 500. The 81 won at Bristol. Both drivers have one victory this season. They're racing really hard back in the back of the field. Sam Oskin going to get the lead, but let's go back here and look at some of this. Points leader Sarah Roach on the outside, Tim Hoffman below her. A lot of racing back here. 3 wide. Raina Pickett, the damaged car. She is up there as well, battling with some of these cars. Go up through the front now and see what's happening up here. Skylar Roach falling back to second. Sam Oskin up into the lead. 6 laps to go here at Pocono. Skylar Roach second. Third, Sean Howe. Look at that 45 of Tim Zimmer. He is gaining ground. Simon Zarnato outside of the top 10. He is running in 11th, but he's on the outside line. He is falling back. That is helping everybody else out that's in the top 10 in this race here. Can that 81 of Skylar Rocha mount another attack on the 12th to try to get to the lead? I don't know if he's going to have enough time. See everybody just barreling down this back stretch here. Simon Zarnato, that 6, still on the outside. He might be able to clear the 15. Ooh, maybe. See how big of a run he gets off the turn. So Simon might be in a good position now. 5 more laps to go here at Pocono. Still a very long way to go. Simon fell back to 13th. Running 4th on the restart back to 13th. He is now going to start to, well, he's going to try to gain some positions here. Meanwhile, that 38 and the 7 car, they are right there. They're trying to take position away from Skylar Rocha. Skylar still running up there in second. Tina Livingston now trying to take third. She's been close a couple times this season. Has not won a race yet. And now she is going to move up to third. Look at 33, Sheila Harmon. She is up in 5th place, trying to work her way towards the front just a little bit more. Skylar Rocha, Sam Oskin, they both have gapped the 3rd place on back throughout the rest of the field. And those 2 cars hoping to battle for the win. 48, Ryan Benjamin, he has fallen back quite a ways on the restart. He was running up in 2nd. Still in the top 10, 8th place for him. Simon Zarnato back there, that gold Viagra car, trying to get past Aiden Nofile. He's trying to work his way back in the top 10. Sheila Hartman on the outside now, getting passed by Tim Zimmer. Tim up into the top 5. Brett Taylor back here trying to make some moves. He's in 10th. If you going to try to move Josh Hardiman back to 10th place now. Now it might be a 4-car battle for the lead. Back here, 5th place, Tim Zimmer. Look at CJ Williams moving up to 7th. 3 laps to go. Sean Howe going to try to look underneath Skylar Rocha for 2nd. Skylar going to shut the door on him. Sam Dawson still the race leader. I didn't think we'd see the 12 up in the front. He might win his 2nd race. Might be the 2nd repeat winner this season. Logan York, that 74 car. He was the 1st repeat winner as far as points races are concerned. Sam Oskin, he is gapping the rest of the field. Sean Howe gets 2nd. Look at Tina Livingston. She's trying to take 2nd place now. Big battle for 2nd place up here. Sam Oskin loving this. I think he has about a 2nd lead now. Side by side for 2nd. They were dead even at the line. Sean Howe trying to hold off Tina Livingston. Sean on the outside. Is he going to shut the door? He is. He's going to hold off 2nd. Skylar Rocha now going to fall back a little bit. Sheila Harmon and Tim Zimmer are both going to try to capitalize and gain some ground. 14 Sarah Rocha really far back. Skylar Rocha was up in 2nd place last lap. Now he is falling outside the top 10. Tim Zimmer going to get past him. CJ Williams. Tim Zimmer going to try to get past Sheila Harmon now. Running up in 4th place as it is. Look at Sam Oskin, the race leader. Coming down the front stretch, he is going to get the white flag. 1 more lap to go here at Pocono. Sam Oskin hold on. Can he get his 2nd victory? 1 at Daytona. Might win here at Pocono. Sean Howe trying to reel him in. He cut the lead down a little more than halfway. Sean Howe, that 38 car, would love to get a win. 3 wide back there. Look at this. CJ Williams underneath Tim Zimmer and Sheila Harmon. Here comes Skylar Rocha now back again. He might be 3 wide going into the tunnel turn, and that's not a good idea. That is a very sketchy place to do 3 wide at. Sean Howe has caught the 12 of Sam Oskin, but he is not going to be able to do anything with him. Sam Oskin going to exit turn number 3 down the front stretch. He is going to get his 2nd win this season. Sam Oskin, the winner here at Pocono. And everybody else just getting by the start-finish line. Sheila Harmon, 4th place. CJ Williams edged out the 45 as a 5th place finish. Simon Zarnato outside of the top 10. Gonna be an interesting now points battle here. 2 cautions here at Pocono. My gosh, that was a very wild race. Look down here, no cars out of the race. Sam Oskin is your race winner. Sean Howe 2nd, his best finish of the season. Tina Livingston 3rd. 4th, Sheila Harmon, her best finish, I believe, of the season. CJ Williams, a top 5 for him. He's going to gain a lot of ground in the points. What are they doing back here? Some cars might be out of fuel. They're done with the race, but I don't know. Cars are really slow on the track. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, Skylar Rocha 7th. 8th, Ryan Benjamin. He was one of the cars that led. I think he might have led the most laps today, actually. 8th place for him. Josh Hardiman, a top 10. Great run for him after his struggles in the last few weeks. Hunter Blade, Aiden O'File. Both really good runs. Gavin Jones, 12th place. 13th, Brett Taylor. He's going to gain a lot of points over some drivers in points. Stephen Pollard, involved in the first caution, able to get up to 14th. Simon Zarnato, all the way back down to 16th place. I think he is going to be he is going to be the points leader. But he is going to lose a lot of ground to a lot of these drivers up here. Robbie Bannister led the first few laps. 19th place position. Felix Boucher, you see 17th place. Dawson Montenegro, 22nd. Finishes ahead of the 11 car. He should be in the top 32 in points. John Book, 24th. Jacob Britt, 25th. See Tyro Resner, 29th. Sarah Rocha, 32nd position. She didn't wreck. Well, she did wreck, but she didn't wreck out of the race. 32nd position, though, and with that 6 car finishing up in 16th, she will lose the points lead. I am pretty sure of that, obviously. Ron Jackson, 34th. 35th, really upset finish for Logan York. Had a top 5 position. Him and Tim Hoffman hit the wall, and that really screwed up both of their days. Kagan Polshiner, 36th. 37th, Brandon Pickett. 38th, Pablo West. 39th, Axel Zero. He was the pole sitter. Alexander Jones, 40th. See Tim Brand going to lap down in 41st, and Tim Hoffman 2 laps down in 42nd. Tim was able to make the race, but my gosh, that was a very wild race, even though we didn't have a lot of wrecks. Let's go and see what the points are like after race number 14. Sam Oskin, your second repeat winner this season. Second win for him. Stay tuned, we'll have the points updated for you here in a second. So, race number 14, a very crazy race. A lot of stuff happening here. Simon Zornato he takes the points lead. Sarah Rocha loses the points lead. She has been the points leader since Atlanta. Her win there. Simon Zornato has a 45-point lead over Sarah Rocha. Felix Boucher, Stephen Pollard, Tim Zimmer, they are all 127 points or less. A lot of drivers gained a lot of points. So Tina Livingston up to 6th. Brett Taylor falls back to 7th, but he gains points. He's 143 points back. Logan York falling back to 8th. Skylar Rocha up to 9th. Jacob Britt 10th. See 11th, Alexander Jones. He lost 2 positions. Sam Oskin, the big gainer here, he gained 6 positions. 18th to 12th. So, great win for him. He has 2 wins, like we said. So does Logan York. Sam Oskin, 2 wins, 2 top 5s. Both times he's won, that's the only time he's been in the top 5. So, his season might be turning around. He's finished in the top 10 3 other times. Very interesting points now. And a lot of drivers really close. That race at Pocono really made the top 4 within 80 points of each other. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Can Simon Zornato hold his points lead, or is he going to lose it already? See up here, Simon Zornato, 2 DNFs, 1 win, but he has 7 top 10s, 6 top 5s. Sarah Rocha, she does not have a DNF at all this season. Not yet. Tim Zimmer still the last remaining car that has completed every lap. And that is a very impressive stat. Sarah Rocha has completed all but 1 lap. I think they might be the only 2 drivers that have completed all those laps. Well, now let's look at the bottom half of the field. See Dawson Montenegro, he moves up into 32nd position, so he is safe. And you see Rhiannon Pickett falling outside of the top 32, so now she has to qualify her way in. Kagan Polshiner 25th, Ryan Benjamin 24th. He was 28th at the start of this race. He gained 4 positions. Cesar Ramirez, he gained 3 positions. Ron Jackson, unfortunately, lost 4 positions. Clint Spillman, Hugo Jimenez, they're further back there. Now, let's see here. Dawson, 1,181 points. He is only 8 points ahead of Rhiannon Pickett. And he is only 15 points ahead of Jeremiah Dwayne. And he's about 57 points ahead of CJ Williams. 98 points ahead of Gary Harmon. So, a lot of drivers can really get into the top 32 next week. It depends on who qualifies and who doesn't. Tim Hoffman qualified in the race, but had a really bad finished last. So, unfortunate for him, he will not gain really any points. He gets the same amount of points as all the provisional drivers. Evan McCollum falling back to 42nd. Yael Carrillo falling back to 43rd. Sheila Harmon gains 2 positions, and so does Aiden O'File. Very interesting points after race number 14. Told you the schedule at the beginning of the season, so stay tuned. Also stay tuned for the beginning of the qualifying races to start for the Halloween event. They will be up about a week or so. So that should be a fun little event. All right, we will catch you guys later. We'll catch you at the next race, which is Michigan. And that's going to be a wild race. I'll tell you that much already. We'll see you there.